Have you ever stuck with a terrible movie until the bitter end just because you paid for the ticket? Or maybe poured endless hours into a failing project because you've already invested so much? If so, you've likely fallen into the sunk cost trap. In life, we constantly make decisions about where to invest our time, money, and effort. We aim to be efficient and smart, but often we find ourselves stuck, unable to abandon ventures that are clearly going nowhere. This isn't just bad luck. It's a common psychological pitfall known as the sunk cost fallacy. This bias causes us to cling to past investments, preventing us from making rational choices about the future. This video will break down what the sunk cost trap is, reveal how it wastes our precious resources, and most importantly, equip you with the strategies to recognize it and stop throwing good money or time after bad. Key point 1. What is the sunk cost fallacy? The sunk cost fallacy is a cognitive bias where individuals continue to invest in a project, decision, or endeavor because of the resources, time, money, effort that have already been invested, rather than basing the decision on future potential or current relevance. The sunk costs are resources that are irrecoverable. They are gone no matter what you do next. Think of it this way. The money you spent on that movie ticket or the hours you put into that project are already gone. They cannot be recovered. A rational decision should only consider future costs and benefits. However, the sunk cost fallacy makes us feel like if we abandon the endeavor now, those past investments will have been wasted. This emotional attachment to past resources makes us persist, even when logic dictates otherwise. Key point 2. The sunk cost trap in action. Everyday examples. This bias manifests in countless aspects of our daily lives, often leading to significant waste. Financially, holding on to a losing stock just in case it comes back because you've already lost so much. Buying a gym membership and rarely going, but renewing it because you already invested in the initial sign-up fee. Time and effort. Sticking with a degree program you hate because you're already 3 years in. Continuing to repair an old, broken-down car because you've put so much money into it already, even though new repairs cost more than the car is worth. Relationships. Staying in an unfulfilling relationship because of the years you've invested, rather than assessing its current health and future potential. Projects and ventures. Businesses continuing to fund failing projects that consistently miss targets, solely because of the significant capital already poured into them. Key point 3. Why we fall for the sunk cost trap. This fallacy is pervasive due to several psychological reasons, such as aversion to waste, desire for consistency, hope for recovery, and fear of regret, which influence our decision-making. Aversion to waste. We hate to feel like we've wasted resources. Abandoning a project feels like admitting defeat and that previous efforts were futile. Desire for consistency. We strive to appear rational and consistent to ourselves and others. Changing course might be seen as indecisiveness or a mistake, making us reluctant to alter our path. Hope for recovery. Especially with investments, there's often an irrational hope that if we just stick it out a little longer, things will turn around and the sunk costs will be recouped, leading to a perceived successful outcome. Fear of regret. The potential regret of giving up too soon, only for the venture to succeed later, can be a powerful motivator to persist, driving individuals to continue despite poor results. These emotional factors often override our logical reasoning, keeping us trapped in unproductive cycles and preventing us from making more rational, beneficial decisions. Key point 4. Breaking free. Strategies to avoid the sunk cost trap. Escaping the sunk cost trap requires a conscious shift in mindset and a commitment to future-oriented thinking, focusing on new investments rather than past losses. Focus on future costs and benefits, When making a decision, deliberately ignore all past expenditures. Ask yourself, knowing what I know now, would I invest fresh time, money, or effort into this today? Only future costs and benefits matter. Separate the decision maker from past investments. If possible, have someone without prior emotional investment evaluate the situation. In business, this might mean bringing in an outside consultant. Personally, it means trying to view your situation as if you were advising a friend. Define clear exit criteria. Before starting any significant project or investment, establish specific conditions or milestones that, if not met, trigger a reevaluation or even an abandonment. This externalizes the decision and removes emotion. Embrace failure as learning. Reframe losing past investments not as waste, but as a necessary learning experience. Every pivot, every abandoned project teaches you something valuable for future endeavors. The only true waste is not learning from your mistakes. The sunk cost trap is a powerful cognitive bias that makes us cling to failing ventures, wasting precious time, money, and energy because of what we've already invested. It's driven by our aversion to waste, desire for consistency, and fear of regret, keeping us stuck in ineffective endeavors. However, by understanding this trap, focusing solely on future costs and benefits, setting clear exit criteria, and embracing failure as a learning opportunity, you can break free. Learning to let go is not a sign of weakness, but a powerful act of strategic rationality that frees up your resources for genuinely promising opportunities. Stop wasting time, recognize the sunk cost trap, and make smarter choices. Master your decision-making and optimize your time and resources for a more productive life. Subscribe for more explainers on cognitive biases and practical strategies for a smarter life. Don't get caught in the sunk cost trap. Hit that bell icon to stay informed and improve your decision-making.